At 4:07 on Sunday afternoon, Dad stood behind a wall of 300 lawn chairs while the delivery driver asked where the wedding was. There was no wedding. Dad had pressed one extra zero. Again. But this began on Friday with pizza. Mia's school sent a picnic form. Dad had one job: order 6 cheese pizzas for the class table. He opened the restaurant app while holding a laundry basket, answering a work message, and listening to Leo explain why socks are technically foot blankets. The quantity box said 6. Dad tapped 0 to clear it, got distracted by a falling towel, and somehow ordered 60. The app asked, "Are you sure?" Dad said yes with the confidence of a man who had not read anything. 40 minutes later, the doorbell rang. A driver stood there with 10 pizza bags and the expression of someone delivering lunch to a small country. Dad checked the receipt. 60 pizzas. 600 slices. Enough cheese to make the hallway smell like a birthday party until Tuesday. He called the restaurant. They had already cooked everything. The manager was kind but firm. The pizzas were now members of Dad's family. So Dad made a plan. He texted the class parents, the neighbors, the crossing guard, and Mr. Alvarez from 2 doors down, who always appeared when food was mentioned within half a mile. Within 20 minutes, the driveway became a picnic. Kids brought chalk. Someone found a folding table. Mrs. Patel arrived with lemonade. Even the delivery driver came back after his shift for one slice. Mia looked at the crowd and said, "Dad, this is better than 6." Dad agreed, although his banking app was quietly lying down in a dark room. At sunset, only 4 boxes remained. Dad wrote, "Free pizza," on them and put them by the curb. They vanished before he reached the front door. Typo 1 had somehow worked out. Dad made a new family rule: from now on, read the quantity twice. The rule lasted until breakfast. Saturday morning, Dad decided the family craft shelf needed 1 small jar of silver glitter. Mia wanted to make a moon poster. Leo wanted to make a robot. Dad wanted 10 quiet minutes and a coffee that stayed warm. He found a craft store listing for a 4-ounce jar. At least, he thought it said 4 ounces. The product page had 3 size boxes: 0.4 pounds, 4 pounds, and 40 pounds. Dad's thumb landed on 40. Then the app remembered yesterday's helpful lesson and asked, "Confirm quantity." Dad read the quantity. 1. Perfect. He did not read the weight. 2 hours later, a van arrived. The driver used a hand truck. Dad opened the box and discovered a sealed bucket large enough to baptize a garden gnome. The label said industrial silver glitter, 40 pounds. Mia whispered, "We are rich." Dad called the store. Returns were allowed, but shipping the bucket back cost almost as much as the glitter. So he set it in the garage and announced that nobody would open it. Leo asked, "What if we open it carefully?" Dad said no. Mia asked, "What if the careful person is me?" Dad said absolutely not. The cat did not ask. At 11:14, the cat jumped onto the shelf. The bucket tipped. The lid held for one brave second, then popped off like a tiny silver volcano. Glitter rolled across the garage floor in a sparkling wave. The cat ran through it, entered the kitchen, and signed every tile with silver paw prints. Dad froze. Mia grabbed the broom. Leo grabbed the leaf blower. Dad shouted, "Not the blower." Leo had already found the switch. For 3 beautiful, terrible seconds, the garage became a snow globe. Dad's beard sparkled. The bicycle sparkled. A spiderweb in the corner became formal evening wear. They spent an hour cleaning and removed perhaps 7 glitter particles. Then Mia had an idea. The neighborhood block party needed decorations. They filled clear bottles, made giant moon signs, and gave every kid a tiny supervised scoop. By dinner, the street looked festive. Dad still looked like a disco lumberjack. He promised to slow down before pressing buy. He meant it. Sunday morning, he ordered lawn chairs. Sunday's block party needed 30 lawn chairs. Dad volunteered because he had learned from the pizza and the glitter. This time he sat at the kitchen table. No laundry. No work messages. No cat. He put on his reading glasses and counted every digit. 3. 0. 30 chairs. Then the website refreshed. Dad assumed it had not saved the 0, so he tapped 0 once more and pressed order. The confirmation email said 300 chairs. Dad did not see it because Leo had used his phone to photograph the glitter cat. At 4:07, 2 delivery trucks turned onto the street. The first driver asked where the wedding was. The second asked if this was a convention center. Dad walked outside slowly, as if moving gently might make 270 chairs disappear. They did not. The chairs came in tall stacks wrapped in plastic. Soon the driveway looked like a furniture canyon. Neighbors emerged from their houses. Mr. Alvarez brought pizza, because apparently Friday had created a tradition. Dad checked the return policy. The company would collect the extras on Monday, but the trucks were gone for the day. Until then, he owned enough seating for everyone Dad had ever met, plus their cousins. Mia climbed onto a stack and announced, "Emergency meeting." Leo arranged 30 chairs in rows facing the garage door. The other kids built chair tunnels, a chair castle, and one chair marked mayor. Mrs. Patel found a projector. Mr. Alvarez found an old white sheet. Someone brought popcorn. Someone else brought the final silver glitter bottles. By sunset, the block party had become an outdoor movie night. 300 chairs filled the street in neat blue rows. Families arrived from 2 blocks away. The delivery driver returned with his kids and finally understood where the wedding was. There still was no wedding. During the cartoon, Dad sat in the back beside Mia. She handed him one slice of leftover pizza and said, "You make expensive mistakes." Dad nodded. "But good parties," she added. On Monday, the company collected 246 clean chairs. 14 neighbors bought theirs. 10 went to the school. Dad kept one chair in the garage beneath a handmade sign. Read the number twice. The sign sparkled, obviously. Dad never added an extra 0 again. He did, however, accidentally schedule the reminder for every day until 2046. And that is a different weekend.